Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And finally, literally 2 minutes ago, we got enough Predator battle attempts done to max out the free-to-play Protector Frey. I really wish they would make it a bit faster, because there's only a couple days left in Jubilee, and if you were not up to date on all of your Predator battles, then she's still not done, and that'll be going on the next user survey as well. But what does Frey do? Well, she's actually really good. Protector of Peace characters extra 30% damage for fire enemies, and then all allies, everybody, no matter what, gets 5% attack from a stack. Which 5%. It's not a lot, but if you keep in mind that Masayuki, if you don't have the multi-hit and all the follow-ups, he's doing 8%. Like that's not really that bad. She also lowers your skill cost, which is the first stacking free-to-play protector to do such a thing. She's the very first one. So that already gives her a lot of value. And then, actually, I got this fixed up. And then she raises your skill cap by 20 up to 999. So definitely not as good as Masayuki's passive 50 every turn. But 5% attack stacks for everybody, skill reset for everybody, everyone on the front line, and then a skill cap increase means that she's going to have pretty good value for free-to-play players who need to use a stacking Grim Protector but don't have Overlord Rimuru, First Anni Veldora, Masayuki. There's not a lot of them. Idle Rimuru, technically. Like, 2 of those are collabs, and you ain't getting them ever again. So it means you either need First Anniversary Rimuru or you need the shit Masayuki. So she's going to be really good. Alright, we're going to go into, I think, Inferno 1 for beatdown. Yeah, 1.6 million HP. We're going to run Frey with Veldora. Going to give us gauge increase, allows us to get a lot of stacks of Frey. Geld, so we can make up the points. We won't need as many of his skills because we're stacking so very small amounts with Frey that the increase isn't going to be monumental. But he will help eventually once we get a lot of stacks of Frey. And then we're going to run Phantom Wisdom Rimuru, the new Rimuru, as the only brand new summonable character, and then Overlord Shizu still, because she's just way too damn good. Alright, so turn 1, we are using the skill point units, so we'll bring Rimuru in for Veldora. We can't use his buff turn 1, because it's 25 points, but we can still use both of Geld's skills, and that gets us at least extra skill points. And then we'll bring Shizu in for Fountain of Wisdom Rimuru. We don't have access to the multi-use skill anymore, like Masayuki does, so we kind of need a little bit better RNG with orbs. We could still change a lot, because Veldora can change his own, Geld can change Protector of Peace. That works out very well right there. Alright, cool. And now we have 85 points, which means that we just have to use the one Geld orb change. We can use Rimuru, like, if we want, and we do have the points for it, so again, why not? And here, we'll go ahead and reset Geld and Rimuru, technically. And then we'll use Geld's orb change, his green buff, and then we'll bring in Veldora for Shizu. Yeah, Shizu. And then we'll use his green buff and call it good. I do go back and forth between wanting to use Veldora and wanting to use Isis, because Isis, she costs less, she lasts for a lot longer, but her buff is slightly inferior, because she's only doing 50% instead of 70 like Veldora. But again, it is cheaper, and it lasts for an extra turn. 3 turns versus 2. So there is some merit to it. Okay, so we have a Geld ult, because we got a literal fuck ton of Geld orbs last time, and we're going to continue to get a literal fuck ton of them. Yeah, alright, so Rimuru can change 1. Boom. And then we'll reset again. So now we're up to, what, 10% attack on everybody that's up front, which is not bad. It's certainly something. But the good part is that it's actually good for all characters, not just physical allies who need to get the Inspire thing. It's good for everybody, no matter who you are. Alright, so reset that. We have a literal fuck ton of Geld orbs again. Cool. No Rimuru orbs whatsoever. And we just continue to stack like this. It's very efficient, and it's, you know, apart from... Okay. Okay. Well, let's calm down now, shall we? Single orb change. That's not the one I wanted to change. Okay, well, hold on. Alright, we're back. We got much better luck, because we got a natural hand of greens instead of fucking oranges. Excellent. So, let's bring in Shizu. We still have one turn of the Veldora green buff active, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's go ahead and swap with her. We'll use the Geld to put more weakness resistance down, and because we can, we'll use Reamer's single convert. We have the points for it. I mean, we're only at 120 right now. So now we're at 140. Excellent. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, using Geld's skill in this specific protection team build, not the most important thing. We're not stacking up by 50. We're not, right now we'd be up to what, 200 skill point cap, and we're at 140. So we don't need like the super big boost skill points, because we're getting it already kind of from Veldora's 70% buff. And for the most part, that would be fine. But if we go any higher than that, it is going to be kind of necessary. So let's do these changes again, and then we'll reset everybody. And then we'll bring Veldora in, reuse his green buff, just so we can continue to get good stacks of Frey. And we'll take out Shizu, I guess? Yeah. We've already reset her, so green buff again, and then we'll send him away for Fount of Wisdom Rimuru, and this is what we're gonna do. It's nice that we have a free-to-play option that has a skill reset, because most of the time, skill resets are locked to premium units. Dark Rimuru, the Protector, who we got for free, has it, but we got him for free months ago. God knows if you pulled him since then. First anniversary of Veldora, has been out for quite a long time. Doesn't mean you actually have him, and that's a problem right there. Okay, let's do... let's do this, and we'll convert his orb. Boom. And then we can get him out of here. His green buff is still active. We'll bring... Actually, we didn't need to do that at all. Oh, well. Swap, buff, convert, and then we'll reset. Alright, perfect. Yeah, anyways, continuing on that idea, it is very good, because it gives players an actually viable option. Like, Frey, even if she had a skill reset, but the rest of her kit was actual shit, like her attack buff was limited to Protectors of Peace or something, like, she wouldn't be nearly as good. But the fact that she is just giving everybody a 5% attack stack means that you can benefit from that, regardless of what team you're running, as long as you are running primarily a green-focused team, which, you don't really have to, technically, but we don't have a character that gives blues, like, 50 to 500% skill points on a battle skill. Like, that normally only comes from the Protector. So you could run her on a blue team, it just things might get expensive because blues inherently don't give you a lot of skill points. But the fact of the matter is, like, she's still really, really good. And I'm really glad they made her so very generic. Okay, Veldora, you can come in here, and we'll reset you and use your green buff. We're on turn 6, so we're almost done with the fight. I don't think we're going to have any issues killing here, so I'm not super worried about the lack of extra damage support that we don't have, because we're not bringing a whole bunch of other support units. Like, Geld is technically helping a little bit. Veldora is, kind of helping because we're getting extra stacks. Shizu and Rimuru are primary damage buffs. Fount of Wisdom Rimuru, giving that pretty good physical buff, is nice, but certainly not, I would say, necessary. And that, well, actually not necessary, but you know what I'm going for. You know what I'm talking about. Alright, single orb change, that's all we need. Weakness resistance, we put it on Mirren. Oh well. Let's reset, and then we'll use the alt swap one more time for Shizu. And I guess if anything, we have Geld for his AoE attack as well. That'll help. It'll be a little bit extra damage. I still think we're going to be just fine. But we see we've only stacked up to 220 skill points. Normally, on turn 8, we'd be at 400. So, a little bit of a problem. But we actually... No, we don't have enough to use 3 big-time skills, huh? No, we need to go another turn. Yeah, we do. Okay, well, let's reset. We need to go to turn 9, then. Because we need 240 points to use 3 big-time buffs. So alt swap, weakness buff, resistance down, and then we can just reset again. Yeah. And now we'll be at 260, which means that we definitely have the point spread available. We might be able to use an orb change if we really, really wanted to. Okay. Now we're ready to go. It took a while. Alright. Can we still kill? We are getting a small damage increase. Not a huge one, but a small one. Alright, there's burn. Okay, whatever. You're not doing that much damage. I mean, Geld is getting kind of low, but he's been concentrated on. So the Shizu buff, boom. That helps both Geld and Rimuru. And then Fount of Wisdom Rimuru comes in. We'll use his buff, boom. And then we'll use the Rimuru buff. And we actually don't have enough points for the Geld orb change, but we can use the single orb change. We'll send Geld, we'll send Rimuru, we'll send Rimuru, and then Rimuru. Boom. Geld, 146k, not a lot. Rimuru, though, he's got the 150% alt damage buff. He's gotten the weakness strike stacks from his orb change. This should be able to kill, and if it doesn't, I'll be actually kind of surprised. They have like 1.6 million. I mean, I think he should. Okay, there we go. 1.6 and then 1.8. So, okay, we're barely there. But that's Inferno 1. Like, I expect people to do this for, like, EX2 or something like that. And that is going to be way more than enough damage right there. Alright, let's move on to something else. Alright, the second part of the showcase will be putting us on the Dark team. So instead of running Veldora, who is giving us the skill reset, the 45-point skill cap increase, and the stacking up to 70% magic attack, we're going to run Frey, who is going to give us 5% attack stacks, still give us a reset, and then stack us a little bit slower at 20 instead of 45. So definitely a little bit down there, but running the Dark 2.0 team in their Tempered Edge, this should be plenty of power that you need, because its stage does not have a lot of HP, the team is very old, but if you need a unit to lead a team that is green focused with lots of skills, then you can use Frey and she will work perfectly. Alright, turn 1, we'll use the Isis Convert. We're not running skill points, so we only have enough to use the one. I did that intentionally. We'll take Geld out of here. Geld is going to help us get the skill points back, even though I just got done talking about how it's not super duper necessary for it. I still think it's a good idea to run Geld to get extra skill points, and he does help us with weakness resistance down, which this team doesn't have. It doesn't have weakness strike up or down, traditionally. So, by bringing Geld, not only are we bringing another orb changer to handle some of the really shit turns where we get oranges, we still can't really handle that, though, can we? One green is unfortunate. Alright, hold on. Okay, so like right here, if we were to run a traditional Dark team, we got 2 oranges, we're fucked. We're fucked. But because we have the power of Geld, we can get around it. So let's use the Isis buff, and then let's reset. Actually, let's use the crit resistance down as well from Shinsha. And then we'll reset. So now we'll reset the green buff, the orb change. Milim I didn't want to use right now, because I didn't want her to change this orange Isis orb. So Geld comes in, and then he can change both of those too. Boom, boom. Which leaves us 1 orange, which Milim can then handle, and then we'll put a stack of the skill points and the weakness down, and then we'll swap Geld away for Rimuru, therefore putting him in the back, just like how you would play with Summer Rimuru, the blue orb changer, where his best use case will be always in the back to come in for people who have not orbs of whatever color team you're running. That's what we're going to use Geld for today. And, okay, no, this works, because we can just use Milim and Isis instead. Okay, perfect. So, Rimuru, you can come out of here, doesn't really matter. And Shinsha buff, Isis Orb change. We don't need to use her green buff again because it's still active for a couple of turns. We'll reset with Frey, and we'll use Millam's Convert. And yeah, this, I mean, is it as good as running Dark Veldora? Certainly not. Is it still going to get you the W? Yeah, because we're doing good chips of damage still. We have a lot of power on this team for how old it is. Dark attack, alt damage, attack buffs, more attack buff from Frey, the crit, the weakness resistance down. The only thing we don't have is an alt swapper, which is kind of a problem. Okay, so let's do this, boom, boom. All right, perfect. And then we will swap Isis out for Geld. Perfect, okay. Isis out for Geld. We'll then reset both him and Millam. So now we can use the Geld Orb change. Well, yeah, the Geld... ooh. We use both. Yeah, because the incoming one's a green. So Geld, Millam, Geld. Convert that. Weakness down. And then we can swap Millam away. And we'll have that green orb come in for Shinsha. And now we don't have to worry about Millam being attack sealed. And we could nuke, you know, earlier than normal. We still need to have enough points to actually do the nuke. Which, let's see, how much do we actually need? Oh, that's a good hand right there. How much do we actually need for that nuke? I can never remember the amount. 40, so that's 120, so that's 175 points. Okay, I mean, we're going to get that next turn. So that's good. Let's bring Millam in for Shinsha after we use her skill. Boom. Or for Geld, actually. Geld doesn't have an orb at all. Yeah, that's nice. Boom. And then we can reset. And actually, I have enough points to use the Rimuru alt yoink. That's hilarious. We never get to use that. Okay, orb change, alt yoink. We should make back the points here, because we have a couple stacks of Geld. We should still have the Isis buff going. Yeah, for 2 more turns. So this should get us capped out. Yeah, perfect. 180 points. Shinsha, I mean, we don't really care about her alt. It's not powered. She's sealed. Alright, and she hasn't gotten a lot of stacks from Frey. But now we're ready, and the alt we're protected from now, because, boop, give me that. And now Rimuru technically has an EX alt. Okay. So, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I know the Dark Attack skill is not powered up, because it could be 70 if we go 2 more turns, but I don't really think we need to go 2 more turns, so we're just going to do it anyways. And we'll get 1 more stack of attack from Frey on Millam, and we have 3 alts now. Like, even if Millam doesn't kill in 1 shot, Gazel is still going to die. So how much attack do we have? 25%. So we've gotten 5 uses of him. Okay, that's pretty good. So Millam, Shinsha, Rimuru, Millam. And Millam, we don't have to watch this. 147. Actually, kind of surprised we didn't kill. 57k. Oh, are we actually going to kill here? Come on, Rimuru, you can do it. 35. Oh, no. Okay, good. Okay, good. Actually, a lot less damage than what I was expecting. Gazel did have defense up right there. And a couple other things. Oh well. The point still stands that Frey is a pretty good green stacking protector who is also free. And that's the whole point of today, is to show off how good she is as a free protector, in case you don't have one of the summonable options. But let me know what you guys think of this new Protector Frey. I think she's very good. The tier list is obviously already out, and I placed her pretty high for a free-to-play protector. But that's it for me. Take it easy, and I will see you all later.